Welcome back to BNG Hockey, where it's always black and gold. Tuukka Rask is one step closer to being a Boston Bruin again, as he's now officially signed his professional tryout with the Providence Bruins. Let's talk about it. It's been rumored for quite some time that Tuukka Rask would likely be back with the Bruins, but he'd first have to start out playing with their AHL affiliate to get warmed up before he gets called up and signs a contract in the NHL. Well, today we got that PTO officially, and we also got media availability with Rask, which is something we haven't seen in a long time, in which he was able to shed a little bit more light on the process so far and the plan moving forward. For now, the plan is for Rask to start this weekend for the Providence Bruins, playing in the game on Friday and likely on Sunday. It has recently been rumored that those games might be postponed, but regardless of what happens to those games, it sounds like Rask won't be in the AHL for long, and this is nothing more than a short conditioning stint to get him back into game action, see how well he can track the puck, and make sure he's ready to go before he joins the big club, which won't be as long as some of you might have thought. Obviously, before he can play with the big club, he'll need to sign a contract with the Boston Bruins, and I don't think this is as big of a story as some fans and media have made it. We've heard for a long time now that if Rask is going to come back, he only wants to play for the Bruins, he's not looking for a big money deal, and he'd be joining them halfway through the season, so it's not exactly like he'd be making the same money he would have if he signed at the beginning of the year. And hearing from Rask again today, it was more of the same. He says he's not looking for a ton of money, and he just wants to help this current group win. And he did talk about how he loves playing with Bergeron and Marchand, and wants to stay with those guys and how much that means to him. So honestly, I don't think there's too much the Bruins need to worry about here. It seems like the injury isn't a concern anymore. Seems like his rehab has gone great. He's been taking a lot of shots at practice recently, so the workload is ramping up. So I don't think there's too much more the Bruins need to see from this guy, and I don't think his performance in 2 games in Providence is going to change whether or not they want to sign him. And I wouldn't be surprised if the Bruins already have the contract done. The last thing I know some Bruins fans are worried about, myself included, is what's going to happen when Rask, Ullmark, and Swayman are all on the same team. Well, we did hear from both Rask and Rask Cassidy on that subject today, and honestly it made me feel a little bit better. Starting with Rask, he gave a textbook answer, how they all love each other, they've been practicing with each other, and it's been great. Honestly, he probably wouldn't tell us if they don't like each other, even if that were true. But I do believe it. I think Swayman and Ullmark have a unique relationship. I'm sure that Ullmark and Swayman had to see this coming. It wasn't a big secret that Rask was likely coming back if he was healthy, and I think they all realize that they just want to win, and they'll probably all get opportunities. Now, Rask Cassidy said something that was really interesting and something I didn't even think of till recently. There's now a taxi squad back in the NHL. They could put Swayman on there and call him up for a couple games. It makes it easier than sending him down to Providence and bringing him back, but I honestly do hope that Swayman gets some starts in Providence instead of just sitting on the taxi squad and traveling with the team. I am worried about the long-term effects on Jeremy Swayman of being replaced by Tuukka Rask and still playing behind Ullmark, even though they've kind of been on the same level of goaltending all year, so it's probably not something to worry about. I'm sure the organization has been open with all their goaltenders on the situation, and hopefully it works out, and this is really a good problem to have. Both Rask Cassidy and Tuukka Rask mentioned that this is a good room, a strong room that wants to win, and at the end of the day, having 3 good goaltenders is not the worst thing. It's not every day you get a Vezina caliber goaltender just walking into your room in the middle of the season for practically nothing. And even though we're all excited about Jeremy Swayman and think he's likely the goaltender of the future, a healthy, well-rested, and motivated Tuukka Rask probably still gives you the best chance to win this season. And with the way this team has been playing recently, a Stanley Cup run is definitely still on their mind. And with the way injuries pile up in this league, having 3 good goaltenders will only help them do that. Let me know your thoughts on Rask signing his PTO with the Providence Bruins. How long do you think it'll be till he signs his contract? And are you excited that he's back? Leave that down below in the comments. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a big like, and if you haven't already, subscribe.